You know, there's nothing hotter than Bowser's breath on a spicy taco night when you hear about all the Microsoft leaks of them possibly looking at targeting certain developers. One being Valve, another one being Nintendo. Now, before I get into everything, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, do all these fun things because we're jumping up in the algorithm right now, and it's all thanks to every one of you. Thank you very, very much. The email that has come out, the leaks, everything that's coming out of the FTC investigation with Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard, everything that's come out of that is absolutely crazy. It looks like there's a possible new console, a new Xbox that's coming out that's going to be discless. It's going to be 100% download driven, which is absolutely ridiculous in itself. But the real meat of the story is that unless you're looking for a shiny Pokemon in the wild, you haven't been paying attention because Microsoft wants to buy Nintendo. Now, this email is absolutely incredible. It's crazy what they're asking for in it and what they're talking about in it. It looks like that they didn't want to go the full hostile route and take over Nintendo, but they sat there and acquiring shares of Nintendo back in 2020. This was the discussion that was being had. Phil Spencer sent an email out. Takeshi, I totally agree that Nintendo is the prime asset for us in gaming, and today, gaming is our most likely path to consumer revolution. Today, we're looking over $300 billion in the gaming industry. I've had numerous conversations with the LT of Nintendo about tighter collaboration and feel like a US company would have a chance. It goes on here to say it's likely that they will be pushing for more Nintendo stock that could create opportunities for them through the stock assets. Confidentially, we have two fairly active M&A discussions in gaming right now. Warner Brothers Interactive, which I believe made Hogwarts Legacy, and ZeniMax. I took ZeniMax to the board of directors last week, and prior to the board of directors discussion, I asked Amy and Satya if they wanted me to slow either or both of these given the TikTok discussion. So they're watching TikTok, they're watching social media, they're watching everything else like that. I won't say Warner Brothers or Zenny is Nintendo, but both are for sale and gettable. Wow. So they want Warner Brothers on top of all of this. Microsoft has a lot of money, and this is very scary. This is Microsoft wanting to rule the world. Microsoft wants to take that evil hand. They've recently taken over Mojang's Minecraft, which if you haven't migrated your Minecraft account over to a Microsoft account yet, they're going to be deleted in December. You have one last chance. You have till December to completely migrate it over. If you try to log into your existing Minecraft account, it will no longer exist. You actually have to apply now to get a new Minecraft key. That's other things on its side. Now, Microsoft, really, Microsoft wanting to buy Nintendo. So we're going to get Master Chief riding Yoshi soon. Are we going to get Super Mario Run on the Game Pass because it's the only thing that's going to run? Are we going to have Mario Kart now in the middle of an update because Windows decided to update our Switch? That's what we're looking at if Microsoft sits there and buys Nintendo. On top of all of the Nintendo controversy or the purchasing of Nintendo, it also leaked the amount of Microsoft is looking at to release for games. So starting at the top here, you got PC, console. It looks like, I'm guessing this is year 20 and then 21, 22, 23, 24 on that column there. And they were looking at Doom Eternal, Elder Scroll Online Greymore, Fallout Wastelanders, Deathloop. That now we're into where we are now with Starfield. The next one is Elder Scrolls Online Expansion, which I'm not surprised. They had Redfall on there. Redfall did not do very well. Doom Eternal, Ghostwire Tokyo. I've heard that game looks stunning, but I've heard nothing but issues with it. Fallout Worlds, Fallout 76, and Project Hibiki. That sounds almost like a Studio Ghibli, maybe. An Indiana Jones game for 22E, whichever year this is. Oblivion Remastered, Oblivion. So a Skyrim version of Oblivion. could come out. That sounds very interesting. You got Elder Scrolls Online, another expansion for it, and then the Starfield DLC. A Starfield DLC is on its way, it looks like. Now you have Doom Year Zero with DLC, Project Kenstro, that's because they're calling it a project. 2 different projects there. Those are secret names. They're not revealing what they actually are. Elder Scrolls Online expansion, and so it looks like they're doing a yearly expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, and in Project Platinum, something better than gold. So that's what Microsoft is looking at. And now in 2040, you got Elder Scrolls 6, which I believe is supposed to be 2026, and there's talk that the Elder Scrolls 6 will be an Xbox exclusive game, which I would rather see it on PC. So I think it would be a Microsoft exclusive, so you'll still be able to do it in the Windows operating system, because you want people to be able to mod it. That's what Bethesda games do. Project Kenstro expansion, so they're doing a game and then they're planning an expansion already. A licensed IP game, sure. Fallout 3 Remastered, Elder Scrolls Online, another expansion, Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, so a follow-up to Tokyo, Dishonored 3, and Doom Year Zero DLC. So this is a big lineup. Where does this all really leave us? Well, with Nintendo being on the purchasing block or being the target of Microsoft, where it's absolutely insanity to think about. The unpredictability of Microsoft actually controlling that much in the gaming network or in the gaming industry would I think it might overshadow Tencent, and Tencent being the top of dog right now in the gaming industry. Microsoft with Nintendo, that would be a powerhouse in itself. And Sony, at this point, I think that's why they're sitting there going, just saying, listen, if they control this much, they're going to make things so much more inclusive, and we're not going to be able to compete in this market, especially if something like this where Microsoft buys Nintendo. I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think Nintendo's going to sit there and go, yeah, you know what, we're for sale. Hostile takeover, though, they are targeting their stocks, so there is the possibility of a merger like that happening. You know, honestly, if you're Team Xbox, Team Nintendo, Team Sony, Team PlayStation, whatever you might be, I want to know what you have to say down below. We're all gamers at heart, and that's who we are. That is what it comes down to. Recently, I spoke all about the Unity situation. Now we're into the Microsoft scenario with all these leaks from the documents of the Activision Blizzard takeover. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix Cinder Shadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.